Shalom from Israel. I'm Lars Enarsson with the Watchman International, coming to you from the border of Gaza. It is today, Wednesday, August the 13th, and I'm standing here by the border. It's a hazy morning, but what you see in the background is the border to Gaza. Tonight, midnight, the 72-hour ceasefire agreement will expire. And the question is, will there be an extension? Will there be an agreement, or will there be a renewed fighting here? The Lord woke me up at 3 a.m. this morning, and I believe I have a word from the Lord that we are to pray that Israel will not agree to any concessions to Hamas in Cairo, but that we should pray that Israel rather will get back into Gaza in order to topple Hamas. And I ask all of you to continue to pray for that. I want to thank you for standing with us here in prayer. Thank you, all of you who are praying with us right now. It is a very, very crucial moment in the Middle East where everyone is asking what is going to happen next. And as I said, let's pray that Israel will not agree to the concessions that Hamas is asking for in Cairo. But in order to deliver Gaza from the tyranny of Hamas, we need to pray that Israel will launch a new operation into Gaza. The overall objective of our prayer should be the highway of revival, as I call it, mentioned in Isaiah chapter 19, that will go from Egypt to Assyria. Assyria is today Iraq. And this is the area right now where Islamic fundamentalism is having a heyday through ISIS in Iraq and Hamas here in Gaza. In fact, ISIS are also fighting here with Hamas in Gaza. So we need to pray that this area instead will become liberated now from the tyranny of Islamic fundamentalism, and that the gospel will begin to go into these areas, beginning in Gaza. In fact, we should pray for free zones in Gaza that Israel will establish, where they can provide the needs of the people, the Arabs in Gaza, and also allow the gospel to begin to be preached. I realize that Isaiah 19 has a future final fulfillment, but it is a pattern that we are to pray for right now. It is very crucial that we get into this battle in prayer, friends. So join us in that. Secondly, the UN has now appointed a law professor, a Canadian law professor. His name is William Shabazz, to head the inquiry that will prosecute Israel for war crimes in Gaza. I am praying and asking all of you to pray that instead somebody, either the government of Israel or somebody else, will instead prosecute the UN for war crimes in Gaza. There are ample evidence that the UN facilities here, both schools and health clinics, have been weapons depots for Hamas. And especially in schools, this is a war crime. And somebody should turn the table against Hamas or against the UN, and instead take them to the International Criminal Court in Hague for war crimes here in Gaza. The Canadian Foreign Minister, we applaud him. He immediately objected to the choice of law professor William Shabazz to head the UN inquiry, saying because he is biased against Israel. And Israel is refusing to cooperate with this UN inquiry, which is good. However, we should turn the table against the UN by somebody taking them to court for war crimes here in Gaza. One of the examples that came out recently was a soldier who said that his unit went into a UN health clinic and discovered a tunnel that Hamas had built in the UN clinic. And when they went in there to destroy it, 80 kilograms of explosives blew up, killed 3 of the soldiers and wounded the rest that went into a UN booby-trap building in Gaza. Well, that is certainly a reason for prosecution for war crimes for the UN here. I am Lars Enarsson from the Border to Gaza. I ask you, please go to our website, thewatchman.org, and subscribe to the prayer alerts. That way you will get the specific prayer points that we are agreeing on. Thank you for praying with us. I'm Lars Enarsson with the Watchman International from Israel on the border to Gaza. Shalom.